Shri Ji and all the other dignitaries and guests and award winners who have come to take part in this India CSR and ESG Summit, and of course all the members of CSR Box who are the prime movers of this wonderful summit. It gives me great pleasure to be here, and I want to thank, first of all, CSR Box for having, Mr. Bhuvesh Shah, right? Mr. Bhuvesh Shah, who has successfully, started this initiative, and this is the 11th summit. So I think that itself is a testament to the durability of CSR Box and the wonderful things that they are doing. To organize 11 summits in a row is not an easy task, and to be able to sustain anything on a long-term basis is definitely, really, it's a challenging thing. And for them to have done that shows their commitment, and their underlying basic principles are strong, and the intentions are good. So based on that, they've been able to involve so many people and being able to expand this wonderful initiative that they have taken. Of course, CSR activity is something that, which came in almost, I think, around 15, 16 years ago, and which was legislation which kind of propelled or kind of pushed the corporates to commit to a certain amount of expenditure or spending for philanthropic and social causes. And there were many corporates, I think, who were already doing on their own without any kind of pressure from anyone, who wanted to give back to society. But I think CSR as a concept, as a law, it really kind of made everyone kind of look in the direction and made themselves commit to it. Many a time, all of us have got good intentions, and all of us want to do good. Not that, we don't want to do good. But thoughts don't translate into action, and good intentions don't really fructify. So I think what this legislation enabled was giving you that little bit of a push so that you get involved. And I see that many people have, they spend much more than what the CSR actually asks them to spend. And because it's a fundamental thing, once you start doing these things, once you start giving back to society, once you start doing things for other people without really having any sort of profit or business motive in mind, then you realize the happiness that you can earn from it, the satisfaction that you can earn from it. And that, I think, is something which, as individuals, as institutions, as corporates, or associations, all of us should try and promote. And that, I think, has been the real, reason why CSR was initiated. And CSR and ESG, which concerns with environment and social and governance issues. Today, I think we are seeing a huge expansion in the market. And this itself is becoming a big activity. And many people are wanting to do good things. But also at the same time, I think there is lack of what is the good thing that you can do? What is something that is sustainable? What is something that can, really have an impact? We can do something, and then that can, you may have the right intention, but when it really, after doing it, if it doesn't really translate into the real intention that you had behind it, then somewhere you also feel let down. So I think the whole, this entire program is really maturing. People are thinking about it. People are really trying to make it more effective and getting into things that can really, transform people's lives or transform the systems that they're, the way things are functioning, and, and enable an improvement in what is happening. So, of course, for a country like India, we have many challenges. Every government has got huge challenges, and we face, from all angles, so many issues that crop up. And the biggest challenge for a government is always on the deliverables. We have good intentions, we announce great programs, and finally, when we get it implemented, we somehow in the implementation is where things tend to go wrong. So we are a huge country, and for that, the biggest resource that we have in this country is our human resource. And I think one of the biggest things that we need to do, or one of the major things that we need to do, is to see that every person in this country is enabled. Every person is skilled, every person is educated, every person is healthy. So if you have a educated and a healthy, if all the people of India are well educated, skilled, and have got good health, then I think there's nobody who can stop this country, because that is a resource we have. We have a huge resource, and if the entire resource is utilized in the proper manner, then that force that is unleashed can transform our economy, transform the way we are, and really be the superpower that we want to be. So I think that is the ultimate aim. How do we strengthen our people? And I think CSR box, this is something I think which is playing an important role, because I'm a health minister in Karnataka, and we are also working with so many people come to us. Sir, we want to do this, we want to do something for a primary health center, we want to do this program for tuberculosis, we want to do something for cataract, and they have some good ideas. But what happens is, it is not sustainable, or it has a very short-term benefit. And from the government's perspective, what I look at is always that we are doing many things. And in whatever we are doing, there are gaps. There are gaps in the way the system is functioning, or there are gaps in the funding, or there are gaps in human resource, or the gaps in skill, or there's a gap in technology. So how we can fill those gaps? And in filling those gaps, I think, can be one of the things that the CSR and ESG activity can be really a part of. And I think that's where not everybody will be able to understand this or comprehend this. Suppose a company wants to do CSR or a charitable activity, they will not know. So I think what CSR box is intending, or it's already been doing and intends to do more, is to bridge that gap. If I am correct, I don't know, Mr. Shah is, I think, already deep in conversation with somebody else, but Mr. Shah, what I was saying is CSR box wants to bridge that gap. So that I have a particular need, people want to do something good, how do we fill that up? And how do we make it effective? Because if you can really work well with the government and be a part of what is happening, bringing your expertise and your funding and your knowledge into what we are doing, I think that has a transformative effect on a scalable way, which is across. Like if you do one program in one taluka, if you can take up one taluka, one district, and do a program for a year or 2 years and close it and shut shop and go, what is use ultimately? Maybe it has helped a few people, but it has not transformed the way things work. So if you tie up with the government, why a taluka, why a district? You can do it across the state. You can take up a program, bring in multiple partners, different corporates, different entities, bring it together, have a program which can really transform, that particular initiative that you're looking at. So I think that is what I would suggest as a government that you do, but ultimately it is each one's own interest and initiative, which whatever they want to do, they can do. But I want to thank CSR Box that, they have tied up with us with a fund of rupees 100 crores to improve our health facilities and health centers across the state. And that is a decent amount of funding, and I think that's a wonderful initiative that they're doing. And likewise, we are working with so many, we are working with Tata's. Tata's, one program which I would like to mention, how it actually has been very effective is, they took up a district, and for the last 7 years, they've run that entire program by setting up, don't want to get into the details, but improving the entire system of healthcare, and along with us, along with our people and their technologies and their system, making it more effective. So an entire district, for the last 6 years we've run it along with Tata MD, and that has had a huge impact, you know. So that is the way I think. Now we want to scale it up across the state. So that's another program that we're looking at for CSR partners. So these are the things, and of course, there are a lot of tech companies in artificial intelligence and, you know, who are helping us. Astra is working with us, Volvo is working with us, and so many companies are coming forward. Many philanthropic, you know, like Infosys and USAID, and, you know, so many companies are there. So all of them are there. So along with that, you know, work in a program where people can become part of it and make it a much more bigger and a wider impact program. And I think that is the way to really maximum and efficient utilization of the CSR resource. I think is what is the what we are looking at, and that is where CSR box is definitely pitching in. And I'm sure that, you know, things I'm sure things will really, you know, improve. And I don't want to take too much time, but I would like to welcome all of you to Karnataka. You know, you can look at our programs and you can look at what we're doing, and we are a very progressive state. We are like forward-looking. We tie up with so many people. And Karnataka is a tech hub, is an IT hub, is, you know, biotech hub, and we've got startup capital of the country. And, you know, we want people to work with us and learn with us and teach us also. So we have that culture, open culture. So we are always open, and any good ideas and anything that you have in mind, you can always contact us, or you can come through my friend Mr. Shah, and we'll do something in Karnataka also. And so I want to congratulate all of you, all the winners. I think there are many winners here who have come here, who have done good work. So I want to congratulate them. And also thanks to CSR Box once again for having organized this wonderful event. Thank you very much.